Thank you for moving that seat over here.
If I'm being honest.
You need to move over a little bit.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Have you started already?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm Dave. This is Benjamin.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Why do I look so wide?
I think it's
I'm
just
not
shirt.
this wide.
I think it's just your shirt.
Oh, no, I'm fat. That's all there is to it. Another 4 months and we'll have another baby. So what do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the demi-angels.
Demi-angels, what are they?
They're the descendants of things like Jesus and the prophets.
Why would they be called demi-angels? There's
That's
nothing
usually
saying that they would stay good. And in point of fact, in a lot of cases, they haven't. You know?
it's fiction, Dad.
It's
They're
not
actually
fictional.
very good
The
people.
prophets had plenty of children.
Yeah.
And so did,
And many people actually
well, at
they
least,
do follow and idolize them. It was a
well,
very
I
strong
don't
point.
think they follow the prophet's children unless that child became a prophet. Because that has happened.
Well, not everyone needs to be a prophet.
No.
But they're like the half elves in Lord of the Rings, Dad. They live a long time.
Oh, they're like Aragorn.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And they
Do they go roaming around the countryside like Aragorn?
run around everywhere.
Why?
Think of a reverse Shazam. You know, where Shazam is a child in an adult body. The demi-angels are elderly people in young adult bodies.
Why?
I think it's funny because
Okay.
as these people have served in various wars throughout things like Europe.
Do you know not everybody
Okay,
has served in wartime or even been in combat? Even people who have served in the military, most of them never actually go to combat. Plenty of them do. Don't get me wrong. There's enough of them that
That's
have
not
and
my
that
point,
do.
Dad. And I'm to the point that they have been involved in various important conflicts and such.
Well, everybody's ancestors have been in one form or another.
Yeah. And some of these people actually all related to each other.
Yeah.
Due to some mumbo jumbo about trying to keep their race alive and such. To a lot of other
That's
black
kind of racist.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah, none of them
We are
them
mixed
actually believe
race.
even all that.
Do you know how many races are in this body?
African, in British, Irish, and Native.
What?
I said African, British, and Native,
Native American.
Yeah.
Okay.
which are basically the three main races.
And
that
there's
forge
also some
which are
Jewish in our descent. There's also Arabic in our descent.
What's
Arabs.
Arabic?
Well, Arabic is the language. It's Arabs are the people. And there's some Arab in our descent as well.
So kind of
Our
like this.
ancestors.
I'm not sure if it was translated properly in a video I watched. La Ahme.
Lala Ahmed?
Yeah, some Turkish words heard from
No, I don't
some
know
video
Turkish.
game guy called Bald Bowl.
Well, I don't know. I don't know Turkish. You'd have to run that through a translator.
Yeah. It was translated as a swearing. And, it's some angry guy in a boxing ring. And basically, he's saying the D word. But every time he's about to throw a hook.
Interesting. It's never what I'd say when I'm throwing a hook. I probably wouldn't talk at all.
That's kind of the personality traits they have. See, Bald Bull's very angry and loud and tends to be very violent.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
blunt. And it's quite the famous boxer. He's appeared in every Punch-Out game.
I've never heard of it.
He's in Punch-Out Dad. That's one of Nintendo's lesser-known franchises.
I don't know if I played that game or not.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out Dad. He was a big, angry, bald guy.
Mike Tyson was?
No, a bald bull.
I don't remember.
I feel Angry Bull would have made more sense.
Maybe.
And it's because the guy wasn't even very angry.
Well, when you get into a fight, you kind of want to channel your anger into it as much as you can. Also, your fear.
It's also
Whatever
important to
you
know
can
that
use.
Bald Bull has a very violent temper. But
See,
it was showing us
that's-
the intro when
That's
Owen
not
likes
something
about
you
fighting.
want to have, is a violent temper. You want to keep your temper under control as much as possible.
He
And,
has self-control.
You know, for me, it's hard. And I do have a lot of self-control because if I let myself go when I get mad.
Yeah, I have that thing too. Like Charles is smart mouth and I want to harm
Well,
him.
I know, but you can't kill your brother. Okay? It's not good.
And Charles is actively trying
And
to threaten
Charles
me.
is trying to be, he's getting older, so he's trying to show off his independence or experiment with his independence, I should say. And so he gets bulky, and he also does have a very smart aleck tone, and he doesn't realize it yet. He's too young, and
We've all told him.
it
Okay.
doesn't matter. You get to certain ages, a lot of times you think you know everything, and sometimes it takes people a long time to grow out of it. I didn't grow out of it till I was like 34, 35.
And to be fair, Charles has gotten himself in fair share of skirmishes, usually involving me or Tearshaw for some strange reason.
Well, yeah, it's because you guys are like oil and water with him right now. Because you're an adult, but your thought processes are, and your emotional.
If I'm being honest, that's what I feel is either wanting him to laze around in bed or find something to eat.
But your emotional growth and your ability to sense other people's emotions and like that
Mm-hmm.
and how they're feeling is like a 9-year-old's maybe, and that's where your brain functions at.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you're autistic, and that's just how it happens. And your brain may never get better than that. Charles's will hopefully get better than that. But it's going to take him a while. And you, like him, have to learn to tolerate some things.
I've tolerated a lot of things, actually.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to tolerate a little bit more and recognize that you really aren't his boss, even though you are his older brother.
It's not like I'm actually
But
trying to boss
he
him
shouldn't.
around a lot.
He shouldn't.
I just want him to stop.
And he
Stop
wants
laughing.
to have his stuff that are his, and that's another thing where he's trying to stretch his authority over the things that are his,
Like the case
like
thing.
with the case thing, because it's his. You didn't ask him if you could use it.
I kind of did.
Well, unless he absolutely said yes, you can use it, then you can't.
Okay.
See, it's the thing where he wants to have his possessions, his things that are just his. Like you have your things that are just yours.
I do share a lot of my stuff, though.
You do, but Charles is at a point in his growth where he's wanting to identify the things that are purely his and just have them to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And one day he may want to move across to the other bedroom where he has his own bedroom.
That actually makes sense. How's he going to fix the spare room?
That's up to mom.
Ugh.
He doesn't get a choice in that. And that's if mom lets him move over there. That's if he decides he wants to do something like that. But you have to understand that that's a possibility and it could happen.
Yeah. And actually might be good for both of us. A lot of us have kind of been arguing a lot.
Well, you guys argue so much because, again, one, he thinks he knows everything. Two, he's trying to exert his own authority and be his own person. So that causes a lot of conflict. And he is a little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got that vibe going on too.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta tolerate him as much as possible and just realize that he's going through things just like you are.
Yeah.
And you and him both have to be more understanding of each other.
Yeah. It's also important to note, whenever I beat him, Charles usually He gets violent. You know, in video games and such.
Oh yeah, he's still at the phase where he hates losing. I
We
hate
all
losing.
hate losing.
Yeah, but when you're younger, you hate it even more.
And you tend.
I tend not to play games that I can't win.
And you tend to avoid playing multiplayer with other people.
I don't like multiplayer games because I don't like being dependent on the other person to finally make a move.
It's important to note free-for-alls are around. These are gameplay mechanics in Halo you can expect with online play.
I was playing it the other day.
Yeah, free-for-alls are probably up your
Well,
alley.
I wasn't doing free-for-alls. I was just doing training.
Yeah,
And I didn't save the game I was on. I just, played.
I think it saves automatically.
Oh, does it? Well, then it saved over your game. I don't know what it did, actually.
Why'd you name yourself
I
anyway?
didn't name myself anything. Didn't ask me.
Then you probably were playing my guy.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And
A lot of the functions.
you need to talk to Mom about setting up your computer so that you can have your
I'm just
computer.
not sure if I can talk to her about that. Because I'm
You
scared
can.
if I do, something horrible is going to happen.
Nothing horrible.
It's that fear you have.
The most horrible thing that could happen is Anna sets her dirty dishes on your desk.
Good point. I probably should ask for one and far away.
I
And
have
probably
set
let
up-
Charles not.
I've set up tons of things to help keep you guys away from bad stuff online.
Yeah, I know. Oh, which we all
So-
appreciate.
So I'm doing my best with that. But I'm also thinking of adding time limits or
You might want to have that for Anna. Probably just Anna. She's the one who spends most time.
Well, yeah, probably. Because that's why I'm thinking of doing it.
I just spend some time on the computer. We don't listen to songs while playing games. And usually when the song is over, when I feel like I'm tired, it's usually done. It usually lasts about, I think, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I like listening to music when I'm playing games too.
Yeah.
But I can do that for hours. And of course, it helps that I have thousands of songs.
I prefer to listen to things on
I've got
YouTube.
nearly 3,000 songs.
I prefer to listen to things on YouTube.
That's fine, I don't. I like keeping everything local to me.
And another things I enjoy would be first-person shooter games. I think you prefer those strategy games.
I do prefer strategy games over the first-person shooter games.
And not to say there's not strategy in first-person shooters.
There is, obviously, but I haven't figured it out.
It's basically, like I said on that picture show with the kid. It pretends you're the guy and you don't want to die. Pretend you're like
Yeah,
a
I know.
soldier.
I know. But I'm going in to the training and I'm crouching down and I'm getting over to the enemy and I spot the enemy and I shoot at them. They don't die fast enough. But I die fast.
That's usually the fact.
But I don't know what the goal is. Am I to eliminate in the training? Am I to eliminate all the enemies?
Probably. Keep in
'Cause
mind
it just
that-
keeps respawning me.
Keep in mind that at guns hold a specific amount of bullets.
Yeah, I know.
Bullets.
I got the needle
piss-
gun.
You mean the piss? You mean the Magnum pistol?
The needle one. That the what does that race use?
You mean the
The race that they're fighting all the time.
aliens?
Yes, got their needle gun. And was using that, and it's great, but it takes a long time to work.
Which is why I prefer to rely on the UNSC weapons. That's the name.
You see,
Game
I
of
don't
Heroes.
like relying on those weapons because they're not powerful enough.
They actually are pretty powerful.
No, I
Well,
want.
I assure
something
you, the
really
battle
powerful.
rifles.
The
those
one
are
that launches the
beautiful.
missiles. If I can get that, the bad guy standing in one place nails them and kills them every time.
Well, you should at least try some of the
I have been trying.
human
those.
stuff.
I do.
Because
I
if you
just-
try it enough, you will succeed. There's
Well-
also a lot of other power-ups, like you can turn
yeah.
invisibles, pull super speed, like a
I haven't got anything
Spider-Man
like
and
that.
grappling hook thing,
I flew the little
ing.
plane-like
Shield.
thing.
Well,
and
the
killed a
hand-to-hand
couple of them.
combat.
Hand-to-hand combat is okay if there's time for it, but if the enemy's still shooting, there's no time for hand-to-hand combat.
That's
you
a
get
matter of
killed.
opinion. You gotta remember, it's a video game, and your character is wearing state of the art battle armor. What
Yes.
could
And I've
what
gotten
could
killed
wolves
in
do?
the state of the art battle armor multiple times. And also the finger positioning is really weird, considering you know how the fingers are used in what are those other two games? World of Warcraft,
Modern
and
Combat,
no, the one that we have,
Dungeon Lords.
Dungeon Lords. It's different. It's different fingering, and like you got to go all the way over to the G key in order to throw a grenade.
That's actually common in first-person shooter games, Dad.
It's not common in like Dungeon Lords or
Yeah, because ours aren't shooter games.
right, but
And
it makes it a little bit more difficult for me when I decide to.
there's a lot of
throw
other
something.
first-person shooter games you can play that'll help you become better, like
Oh.
Modern Combat.
Yeah, I don't want to play those.
But I played them plenty
They're
of
too
times.
addictive too.
I played them plenty of
I
times.
know, but I don't like it because it's too addictive. It's too addictive. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the first-person shooter games. They're really addictive.
You started playing Halo because you were watching a TV show.
Yeah. Is that your phone?
No, my phone's right there.
It must be Mom's phone. Okay. Well, we need to shut this down anyway. We've gone way over how much time we thought we were going to go do.
To be fair, we just do it for like 20 minutes. We only gone for like 16.
Well, that's plenty. So anyway, love you.
Okay.
Thanks
See you
for the
later.
video.